Pak Tony sudah bergabung, operator?
Sudah, Mas.
Sudah, Pak. Oke. Kita nunggu sebentar atau bagaimana, Pak? Ini masih 45 yang datang. We'll be waiting for the others, maybe 5 minutes.
Okay. So good morning.
Morning, I can.
Yeah, that's a lot of students. Yeah, a lot more than I expected. Yeah.
Normally we have around 100 to 150, Achan.
Okay. So they are in the same class or I mean they're in the same class or different one or
Different class, different year.
okay.
Yes. Yeah, coming from 2025, 24, and 23. Yes.
Okay, so different years also, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice, very nice. Good. Okay, that's all right. Okay, just tell me when you're ready, okay?
Yes, Achan. We will start in 5 minutes. All right, shall we start now? Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, our distinguished speaker, Achana Rachid Kap. Yeah, a warm welcome to all of you joining us today on Zoom and also those watching live on YouTube because, yeah, we are on air now, Achan. Yeah, back with me again, Akhir Siddiq, and I am truly happy to be your moderator today's. Yeah, this is another exciting session in our series of events celebrating the ninth decennial list of Department of Economics, Faculty of Economics and Business, State University Surabaya. And today we'll be diving into a thought-provoking topic. We're going to talk about political economy, right? Political economy versus political economics, and we'll be discussing about Thai political economy as well. And yeah, this discussion will help us understand how economics and politics intertwined, how ideas, power, and institutions shape economies, and why it's crucial to revisit the roots of political economy to make sense of today's global issue. All right, before we begin, uh, allow me to greet our honorable guest, our respected head of department, Dr. Tony Seno Aji, SAMA, and our distinguished speaker, Acha Norachit Chirasatam, and all lecturers, students, and participants joining us from Indonesia and abroad, possibly. But welcome, everyone. Before we move on, here's a housekeeping notes, a few quick reminders. Just please keep your microphones muted unless you are invited to speak. Should you have any question, feel free to drop it in the chat box below, or you can use the raise hand feature during the Q&A session later. Don't forget to fill in the attendance link. Our team will share the link in the chat box in a moment. For those on YouTube Live as well, feel free to post your questions and in the comment section. Yeah, our team will gather it later. Okay, once again, welcome everyone. Let's make this an engaging, insightful discussion. All right. To officially open today's session, it's my pleasure to invite Dr. Tony Seno Aji, SAMA, as the head of the Department of Economics, Faculty of Economics and Business, State University of Surabaya, to deliver his welcome remarks. Dr. Tony, the floor is yours. Please kindly unmute your microphone. Thank you.
Oke, terima kasih Pak Ahyar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, the Honorable Dr. Norajit Jirasatam from the Faculty of Economics, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. As the speaker in the case lecture, the Honorable Mr. Ahyar Siddiq, who will be the moderator for this case lecture, the Honorable lecturers and student whom I am proud of. We give praise and thank to God Almighty for with His permission we are gathered for this special case lecture. Today we are to learn more about a very interesting topic: political economy versus political economics and various spectrum of Thai political economy. As we all know, political economy and political economics are two concepts that have their own deep and complexity in the field of social and economic studies. Although the two are closely related, there are fundamental differences that give us a different perspective in viewing the political and economic dynamic of a country. On this occasion, we will gain insight from Dr. Norajit, a highly experienced and prominent expert in the field of political economy. We will discuss in deep the political economy of Thailand. As we know, Thailand has a very dynamic political and economic system, which is certainly an interesting example to analyze. The rapid political development, diverse economic policies, and social challenge faced by this country will be discussed comprehensive, as well as how the interaction between this factor shape Thailand's political economy landscape. Finally, I would like to welcome and thank to Dr. Norajit Jirasatam for his willingness to share his knowledge and insight with us. Hopefully, this case lecture will provide a broader insight and deepen our understanding of the relationship between politics and economics, especially in the context of Thailand. Okay, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you, Dr. Tony, for the warm and motivating remarks. I think. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor for me to introduce our distinguished guest speaker for today's guest lecture, Associate Professor Dr. Norajit Jirasatham from Faculty of Economics, Chulalongkorn University, Thailand. I will introduce him briefly. Dr. Nurajit is an associate professor of political economy with deep expertise in Martian economics, heterodox economics, Thai economy, and the history of economic thought. He earned his PhD in political economy from the University of Sydney, Australia, where his research examined how Thailand's sufficiency economy philosophy influences its capitalist system. He is author of several economic works, including a critique of the rationality assumption in economics, and it's currently preparing a new book titled Mainstream of Economics to be published in 2026. Yeah, today he will share with us a fascinating exploration of the differences between political economy and political economics, and how this perspective shape the way we understand the economy, society, and also power. Yes, Kak Achan. Okay, please join me in giving a warm virtual welcome to Dr. Nurajit Jirasatham. Professor, the floor is yours. Please kindly unmute your microphone.
Okay, so everyone hear me loud and clear, right? Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for the nice introduction, Dr. Tony and Siddiq. Okay. And yeah, and you mentioned, I think this is like some kind of like, celebration 9, 10 years of the department, right? So thank you for inviting me for this event, and congratulations for the State University Sabaria, right? At the
Thank
nine
you.
and
Thank you
moving
very
to
much,
the,
Professor.
yeah, at the nine
Oh,
or,
we start.
10. Okay, what happened? Okay. Uh,
All right.
okay, sorry. Okay, at the 9 and moving to the 10 years, the year 10 of the department. Okay, so yeah, it's a great honor to be here. So today the topic is about the political economy versus the political economics. For many people, they may not think that these two terms they are different, but actually they are not different, but actually they are different. So I think we're gonna talk through this today, right? And also, Dr. Tony introduced about the perspective of the Thai political economy, which he terms like a dynamic, right? So yeah, simply speaking, many things going on in Thailand. But today we are going to discuss about this also, and but in the theoretical level. I think yeah, this I think would be more like suitable for this kind of the economics event. Yeah, it's not like a very political very politics per se, but we're gonna look through the lens of the theoretical level. And it's really nice. I mentioned with Siddiq before that many students. Yeah, thank you for the audience. Also, yeah, many students. So yeah, hopefully the topic and the way that I speak will not be too boring. Hopefully, yeah. Okay, so I will share the screen, okay, so that we can move on the session, okay. So let me share the screen first. All right. Okay, so all right, yeah. Okay, So, okay, you see the screen, right? Okay.
Yes, Achan.
Yeah, okay, okay. So this the topic is like specially prepared for this talk, right? Invited by the State University of Surabaya. So the topic today is is a complication between these two terms, political economy and the political economics, and we will talk a little about the various breakdown of the Thai political economy. So the topic is the for the aspiration, because yeah, the audience is from Indonesia, right? But I know very little about the about the Indonesia. I just know a little, yeah. So I think, okay, what should I talk? So it come down this, okay, I talk something that, yeah, I think I know, and I think I can share to you. So it's about the Thai political economy in ideas. So today we will have the three parts of the lecture. The part one, the biggest one, we will discuss about these two terms, these complicated terms about the political economy and the political economics. And the second part, we will bring the case of the Thai political economy as the political thought. No, sorry, at the economic thought, to demonstrate, to explain the diversity and differences in economics discipline. And number three, we will conclude the session and some future things that we would do with this topic. Okay, so let's move on. So number one. So before we begin the session, I have some kind of the poll, some like the vote for the students, for the audience to do. So could you scan the QR, yeah, and then I will have a poll, and then we can see, what is the political economy in your. There is no right or wrong, right? Yeah, I just want to know, yeah, I just want to know what you guys thinking, right? So yeah, feel free to scan here, and then we will share and look at the result of the poll. Okay, so I will share. All right, so I will share. Okay, one people one people in the slide already. So we have four choices. What is the political economy? Number one is like, it's just like politics plus economics, as it is. Yeah, it's name get already. Or it is like something more, holistic, disciplinary, or actually it's the economics, but concerning many things, or none of them. Okay, so it depends on you. So there's no right or wrong answer. It just want to know. Yeah, just want to know. Okay, so you can like scan the QR code, and then you can like, yeah. Okay, 10 people coming. Yeah, maybe. Okay, so now we have like more light on politics and economics. Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Okay, scan more, and you see, yeah, you can vote the. Okay. Thank you, Siddiq, for sharing the link. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Or maybe Siddiq is too early for the students, right? Still on the bed or something. I don't know. It's online class that like that's happening globally, yeah, everywhere. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but I can see something. It's really interesting that there are two choices that they pick. Yeah, political economy, politics plus economics. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I think we have like we can. I think we get some clue for when looking at the poll. Yeah, mostly. Okay, you think that the political economy is something, politics and plus with economics, and actually it's straightforward. Yeah, and it is no wrong. Actually, it's no wrong to believe like that. But I think today lecture will give a lot more the thought into these terms. Yeah, but it's not wrong. It's not wrong to say that political economy is the plus between politics and economics. So yeah, this is the overall. Yeah, okay, and we still got one vote that the saying that is something more interdisciplinary than economics. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah. So at the end of the session, I think, and then we can vote again. I think the result may different, right? Yeah. Yeah, interesting, interesting. So let move on to the topic, okay? Okay, thank you for your participation. And actually, for the student to be like a more alert, we will have more participation, right? Not this one is not just only one, okay? We have something more, right? Okay, so this is today talking. We have like many questions to pose. What is political economy? So it is actually the politics plus economics, which is in many people ideas and belief, okay, because the poll say that, right? And when we talk about the political economy, uh, many times we mention about the Marxism or Marxian economics. Is it the some kind of political economy? But actually, I think this one is it, yeah. And yeah, and sometimes we see people call political economy, and sometimes they call political economics. So what it is, what they are they different or the same or have something different or something in common? Yeah. And the last thing that we will talk today is about the definition of the heterodox and the mainstream economics. So this is, I think, this is the all about the part one, and hopefully, I think I can finish it like in time, and then can move to the part two and three. But uh, if I consume a lot more time, maybe we finish the part one, then skip to part three. Okay, this is my planning. This is my planning. All right. Okay. So how should we define political economy? you define in the poll, it is the politics plus economics. But I think there are a lot more to think about this term. So Frank Stilwell, the prominent political economist in Australia, suggests that if we want to define the political economy, we've got to look at the three perspectives. Number one, political economy, they have like the unique way, the unique approach to look at the real world problems. And also the political economy have its own framework, or you say like if you wear the glasses, you have the lens, you know, you have the lens to look at the problem that they are analyzing. And lastly, number three, it is the political economy itself. They consist of like many economic thoughts, many legacy that can draw the idea to look at the topic. So I still will give us like a three-way to define the political economy. So let's get to the number one definition, the real world problems. So everyone, I assume, like everyone from the Department of Economics, right? CIDIC, right? Yeah. So you know, like since day one, right? That economics is a study of the how to allocate the resource at the most efficiency, right? So this is what we say, right? This is what we talk since day one. But for the political economy perspective, economics is not just only the way to allocate or distribute resources. Political economy see the real world problem differently. It looks the real world as it define economics. Political economy define economics as the way to make the understanding, you know, what is the factor, what is the dimension that are shaping the production of goods and services and the distribution of income, well processed and exchange, and along the line exploitation, right? So they see conflict. So this is like when look at the real world phenomena, the normal economics and the political economics, they see world differently. Political economics see power, and that lies in its definition. So for the normal economics, or what we say the neoclassical economic that you study in the school, that in department, they see like it's like really technical, right? The its aim is to like to make like a liberalization, you know, and make like the more like competitive environment of the market and the economy. And in that way, they prove with the theory, they prove with the math and what you call the econometrics, right? But for the political economy, they define economics differently. It is less technical, but involve something more about the political power, about the environment, yeah, about the inequality, about the fairness, justice. This is the political economy. And when you think about these all terms, it is more holistic. So the normal economic seems to be like a very specialized, yeah, got their own way of thinking, very scientific, which is another topic that we can talk, yeah, with that economics is science or not, right? But they represent themselves very scientific, right, for the normal economics. But for the political economy, they represent themselves less scientific and involve many things that more matter to your life, more holistic. Geography, history, political science, everything linked together to make like the meaning of economics by the political economy. So this is, I think this is like the preface, number one, that we can talk about the political economy. Number two, what is what the main character of the political economy is. You can look at how it poses the question. Okay. If when you study normal economics, you're gonna have the main economic problem, right? What to produce, right? Yeah. How to produce and who get that production and get the distribution of the fruit, right? Yeah, that is the normal economic question, right? For the political economy question, to pose the question like what happening and why that one happening, and in the in that event who gain and who lost, and the thing that we are all talking, is it matter, does matter. So this is how the political economists pose the question. So let me give some like the simple example. For example, the Trump case, right? The Donald Trump, the recent the president of the America, right? The state, right? Now he do something we call the reciprocal tax, right? If we in the framework of the political economy, we can pose this question: what happening? What is that tax? We don't have this one in the world before, right? it's really new. I'm not saying that it is like innovative, no, for me. Yeah, but it's like mixing up many things, to get like what he calls like the reciprocal tax. They got the way of the calculation. The what question give us to look the inside of how they get the numbers, right? Why he did that? Okay, it's very speculative, many things going on, right? But we can think that maybe he wanted to relocate let the industrial areas, to move the industry from abroad and back to USA. I don't know, or maybe he just want to rebalance the terms of trade, right? But yeah, it's no right or wrong. But the political economy gives us how to think the process about it, and along the way, who gets and who gain and who loses. Yeah, maybe they think that America will gain something, but they may not gain something from this one, right? If you study the term of trade, the comparative advantage, right? If you have this one, you may know that okay, this is not good. Yeah, people gonna gain nothing, right? Yeah, because the distortion of the trade, right? It doesn't matter. It is it. I think it does matter because what he did affect all over the world, right? Yeah, to have like you got to many countries have to queue up, yeah, to have the talk and meeting with him, right? So this is like the way that when we have the political economy in your mind, you're gonna pose the question like this. So I have this one. You may look together, you may watch this together, and you may think, yeah, and pose the question like the political economy. So I have like the clip from TikTok. Okay, thank you from TikTok. So yeah, it's the in England, right? Okay, so we watch together, and then yeah, and then we discuss. You can scan the QR, and then yeah, we talk about this later on, right? Okay, let's watch together. All right, so you can scan and see what do you think about this? Yeah, the hot-headed royal guard and the people and the tourists. Okay, so I will look at the poll. All right, okay, so we have another yes. Yeah, you can like type your idea, whatever you think, right? It's a free form, right? Yeah. What you think, you can join the QR, and then you can like yeah, type your answer. There is no right or wrong. What you think about this one, and as the political economist, or just economist, or just student, or just yeah. So that yeah is up to you. Yeah, you can post. I just want to see what do you think? Yeah. Okay, someone typing. Very good. Okay, I will get some water and I'll get back, right? You get some water first. Okay, we have one comment coming. Why do people really want to as close as possible to the horse and taking the photo? Okay, why? Yeah. I'm wondering also. Yeah, why? Why people want to get so close with the horses, right? Why? Interesting that. Yeah. You begin with why. Yeah, why question? Why the god have to be very angry? Why the people want to taking photo with God? Okay, interesting. Okay, this one is the long one, but yeah, interesting one. The royal guard is understandable. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, very simple and straightforward. Maybe he just was like annoyed by the tourists. Okay. Yeah, this one is good, I think. Shows some like authority, the power. Okay. Okay. This one, it looks like nothing, but actually something. Why people go there? Why? And I think I will talk about this. Yeah, I will talk about this. Okay. Yeah, keep it. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, interesting. Okay. Any more comments? Okay. Okay, someone typing. Okay. Yes, the people should stand outside the white line. Yeah, correct. Yeah, it is correct. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, interesting. The answer. Okay, so I think I can get like some idea what's going on. Yeah. So yeah. So you think we have like many opinions there. Why people want to go there? Why people want to get close to the horse? Why the god do some does like they do something like that? So yeah, this is the how you look at the phenomena, right? But if you are the political economist, or if you have the lens of political economy, you pose the question why people wants to go there. Look at back like 100 years ago. This thing is it was not happening, right? It's happening now today because many things. Okay, what we see is like the tourists, they just don't obey the rule, the regulation, right? Yeah. And the guard looks very aggressive, yeah, to treat the tourists, right? This is what, but the why question, why this one is happening. I say that give a time like 100 years ago, this one is not happening. It's happening. If your development is about the commodification, globalization, right? Colonization that bring people all together in the Britain, right? In Britain, and see the Britain at the tourist spot. Okay, not as like the imperial power like they had before, right? So I think this is how the political economy is doing. I don't give like the correct or absolute right answer, but I think this is the by resolve, yeah, of the commodification, of the globalization, and anti-globalization all together at the same time. Yeah. You give the time back 100 years, but you can't see the Chinese people there. No, never, not a chance, right? Yeah, but the globalization bring there. And with the anti-globalization sentiment altogether. So I think this is like this is like how the political economy approach the world. We tend to think not at the surface, but what happening contextually and inside, the surfaces. This is the political economy. So yeah, I don't say what is right or wrong, but I'm doing kind of like the give the inspiration where you looking the world. It is really complex, and the political economy give us the way that we can look the world, the complex world, and how to approach the problem and the phenomena at hand. So okay, from now on, I will share my iPad. I think my iPad is more convenient. Okay, sorry. I will share the screen from my iPad, right? Okay. 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 Okay, so you see the slide, right? Okay. Very good, very good, very good. That is number two, that we can define the political economy, the question that it posting. And the last thing about the how should we define the political economy is we have no one economics, okay, to get on the same page. Economics is like, there is no one economics. Economics is many ones, right? We have many economics. And the political economy tend to be involved or derive the idea up on many economic thoughts since the classical economics, Marxian economics, institutional economics, Keynesian economics, and the modern idea of political economy, for example, new institutional economics, okay, which is get the Nobel Prize already, Acemoglu, right? The I don't know, post-Marxian economics, for example, feminist economics. So economic itself is not the unified theory. Many ideas are contesting, and political economy acknowledge and realize this nature. It is very wrong to think that economics is just economic. No, we have many economics. So this is like these three altogether definition from Stewart give us some thought, okay, to think more about the political economy, that we have some kind of the disagreement in the field. Economic is not like the smooth process, okay? One thing, many debates. This is economics. This is economics. So economics is actually in disagreement. Disagreement means we have debate, and the debate is not settled. It's just like that. We can go to the conclusion or result anyway, it's just debate and they disagree, like always. And we have like a many unsettled debate in economics. For example, the Cambridge capital controversy, the Cambridge in America, the Cambridge in England, the debate they argue about how we approach what we call capital. For example, in one camp they say that when they rise, they can make like the capital more homogeneous. Another camp in England said that no, capital is heterogeneous. For example, okay, more modern issue. What should be the appropriate level of the public debt, for example? This is still debatable, right? Yeah, 50%, 60%, 100%. So this is the unsettled debate in economics. So why we have the disagreement in economics? Because we have different way of doing theory. We have different aim. We have different unit of analysis. We have different form of analysis, and we have different implication. So I will give some example, just only 3 school that I think you students are very familiar with this, which is the neoclassical, Keynesian and Marxian economics, how they're different. So yeah, but I think everyone know neoclassical economics. When you say the name, I think it is like a normal economics that you study today, right? Yeah, in your Siddiq, I can say that in your department normally mostly like 99% neoclassical economics, right? Yeah. And the faculty that you graduate also in KKU, neoclassical economics. Yeah. So what is the structure, the theoretical structure of the neoclassical economy? It want to allocate resources to meet a limited one, right? And the unit is individual, at the individual level. And if you want to analyze something, because you accumulate the individual behavior all together, and then you can explain something back bigger. And you explain things with equilibrium. You can't do nothing with equilibrium for the classical economy. You begin with equilibrium and you end with equilibrium. And inflation is very important. You try to build up the model idealizing, the free economy. So you want to organize the economy as the idealized picture portray, right? So want to have like a democratization, privatization, encourage the property rights of individual, for example. This is the neoclassical economics. And the way they do the theory, and the way they do theory is like really boring. Okay, you can see like the graph, the econometric, like the Cobb-Douglas function, something like this. Really boring, right? Yeah, really boring. Yeah. For me also, I hate that a lot when I was a student, study something like this. Why I got to study something like this, right? Yeah, the contour map of the production function, for example, right? Yeah, this is neoclassical economics. But if you look at the Keynesian economics, they're different. The aims of the Keynesian economics is not about the efficiency, it's stabilizing economy and how to build economy with full employment. This is the Keynesian, and it doesn't believe in equilibrium. It doesn't believe in self-corrected mechanism. If you study Keynesian economics in macro and you have the equilibrium, that is the one that neoclassical economists get interpreted. They interpreted Keynesian economics in their ways, but the real Keynesian, not equilibrium. And the unit of analysis is like the aggregate level. All we can say is like they see the whole structure. Because the economy is very hard to capture just one individual and explain all. So they explain economy as it is, as it all. So the Keynesian economists want to build effective demand, right, from the government to make the stimulation, and to build this because the economy is not in equilibrium, is uncertain, and comes to the implication that government got to do something to economy. You can't let everything free. It's not good for the economy. And the term that Keynesian believe in the uncertainty is about the animal spirit. Yeah, and he wrote not frequently, 4-5 times in his book, but it's very impact terms. Okay, I'm not gonna discuss this, but just give the example. The last one is the Marxian, the economist like Karl Marx, the great thinker. And the definition of Marxian economics different. Since day one we study, they say the economics is about scarcity. Yeah, we got limited thing, so we got to manage. This is economics. But for the Marxian economics, they say no, we got plenty of things. We got many things. Why you get more? Why I get less? That's the problem. So it is about unequal distribution up on the social structure, imbalanced power between people. This is Marxian economics. They don't pose the question about scarcity, they pose the question about the inequality. So the unit of analysis is the social group, the class. It's not the classroom, right? The class is the group of people that share something in common. And another class is a group of people that share something in common, but class 1 and class A, they may clash together because they don't get along with something. So the themes of analysis is dialectical. It's about the conflict between people. And implication is very big, is revolution, no class society, communism, okay, let's say. So we can see, this is the disagreement. Every thought, they look at the economy at one, but they interpret the world, differently. They discuss the same thing. Actually, it's the same thing. The thing that we call the economy, but they theorize differently. This is a disagreement in economics. So this is a 3 important volume of the Capital, the work by Karl Marx, right? Okay, you can, yeah, I think this one is like the the finest edition by the Penguin Publishing. Okay, you can buy it on Amazon. I think, yeah, we have this. Okay, so I think now we can see from the definition of Stilwell, we can see that the diversity in economics diversity in economics is the thing that political economy acknowledges. So I talk just a little bit about the brief history about the political economy and the economics itself, because when we talk about economics is the new thing. We have something, period, before economics is political economy. At the 17th century, we have political economy already, but we don't have economics. It's a branch of some kind of the philosophy. And in the 18th century, the classical economists, they put things together and then make it more into like a disciplinary program, right? But in 19th century, the word political economy is replaced by what we call economics. And yeah, and the people and the person responsible mainly, I think Alfred Marshall. Right? Yeah, you may know. Siddiq, you in your department you have like the history of economic thought subject, right? Yeah.
Yes, Prabhachan.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you may they are familiar to this name, Alfred Marshall. This is the guy. But actually, the more complication going on. Before Marshall, we got like the Austrian economist. Yeah, to use the word economist also. But yeah, but the Marshall is the most popular one. He wrote the book, The Principle of Economics, and used this word in replace to political economy. And he defined, because he said that political economy is the art of statement. It's the art of the government agency to do something for the country. But he said that economic is borderless. Yeah, you can apply everywhere to anything. This is what Marshall argument in his that what he argued in his book. And interestingly, economics become with they get along with the sentiment of the people, scientific knowledge, very popular. Economic itself tend to be science, so it's really popular. And the political economy become like the minor subject, and the economic rose as the main subject. This is what happening. But it is not the end. We have the revival in 20th century and 21st century. We have unsatisfactory big time in neoclassical or mainstream economics, because we have narrow assumption. People got to be rational. You can't be rational all the time. The market got to have like equilibrium, but actually, where is the equilibrium? Okay, so market itself is failure to make the real progress for many society. So we got like a revival at the 20th and 21st century to revise the economic theory. One stream, they revise the economic theory. They maintain pretty much the same character and add more dimension into economics. And we call this one, I can say, this one, it is like the politics plus economics that you say at the first slide presentation. Yeah, this is what they do. They are trying to blend the politics into economics, but still use economic framework to do things. The second thing, and I am more prefer, I more prefer, is the radical economics. This want to revive, the old school classical political economy, but tackle with the modern issue, maintains its radical perspective, and have more multidisciplinary in nature. This is not politics plus economics. It is political economy. This is political economy. And you can see this is political economics. So different. Yeah, same, but different. You know how to explain. But it's not just not like completely the same. No. So for my own opinion, I gonna call the first one, it is political economics. And the second one, political economy. We don't pretend, political economy doesn't pretend itself as a science. We are a branch of the art and social science humanities, right? So this is the brief history, and can see like the revival, of the word political economy since the age in the old time and in the new time. But we can say for the first one, the political economics, they have many stream of idea. You can, one we call like a new institutional economics. We can say it is one of like the non-mainstream movement, but it is non-mainstream, but still get along with the mainstream. Siddiq, your teacher, did the master thesis, behavioral economics. Yeah, I can see, yeah, there's some kind of there together, behavioral economic, okay? This is political economics. Yeah. Yeah, this yeah, sometimes they define themselves non-mainstream. I think yes, it is, but you are not very non-mainstream. But the second one, the radical economics, the political economy is more non-mainstream. You can see what we call the post-Marxian econ. For example, I'm not going to detail, but I just give what is some branch of school. The feminist econ, for example, more radical, but actually for feminist still got many spectrum. Some feminists very close to mainstream, some feminists very close to the left wing. Okay, but we don't talk about this. But I just want to know, but if we talk about the feminists, I think it's more non-mainstream. Okay, so this is the definition of the political economy, and different from political economics. Political economics maintain the framework of normal economics. Okay. But talking about the difference between political economy and political economics, and in political economics, we have the main framework of economics. Okay, a little bit confusing here, but yeah, but why? Because neoclassical economic is very influential. Very influential. It is the mainstream. And we have the many explanation. So I try to capture some conclusion and give to you. Because the way that they present the theory is very persuasive. Yeah, many maths, many stat. You don't know it, but okay, you believe it. Yeah, very specialized. Look like the pro. Look like the professional, right? The second one, it is very applicable, from the love family to the conflict between countries to the global crisis. It is the power of the theory. They can apply to many social issues. They can apply, but I don't say it is true and it is appropriate to approach the world, okay? Yeah, but they can apply with their own method. And Marshall called this one like the engine. They see the economics at the engine of analysis. And the ideology is about politics. Yeah, yeah. The fail of the communist world. And the modern world have the modern value, rights, freedom, competition, democracy, and the mainstream economics get along with this one. So if I locate the many economics, we have something we call the heterodox economics, non-mainstream. And the heterodox, most of them is political economy. Okay? So we can say political economy is altogether the heterodox project in economics, the non-mainstream economic. But we have the level of heterodox. If we in the middle, you are not very heterodox. Or maybe you may in the what we call political economics, the public choice theory, the behavioral, they contain element of the mainstream and non-mainstream altogether. And this one, more heterodox. We have many ideas. The feminist, the Marxian, the post-Keynesian, or the Thai school, the cultural community school that see the village at the core of the political economy, for example, more diverse, more radical. So I think now we can see something, about the political economy and the political economics. But we have some complication here that you can bear in mind. Maybe some call themselves political economy, but they are not. Like the European school of the political economics, they call themselves new political economy. But they are political economics because they maintain mostly the framework of the neoclassical or the mainstream economics, but they use it to analyze the political arena. Or for some journal of political economy is not political economy. It's very mainstream. And if the person who gonna win the Nobel Prize, you publish a journal of political economy, but it's not political economy, it's economics. Some call themselves economics, but actually it is political economy. Marxian economics or the journal Review Radical Political Economics, it is political economy, for example. So why we have to concern a lot about this me and mix, right? But I think to give a thought, to put like a process into this word, we can realize economics that it has the real differences inside the discipline. And we can acknowledge the asymmetrical power between schools. So mainstream, more power, radical, less power. But less power doesn't mean that it less capable in explaining, right? So we can acknowledge this different in-person level. So that's why I bring up today to speak, and it linked to number 2. We have the disagreement, the various spectrum. As I say, I know a very little about the Indonesia economy and also the Indonesian economic thought also. So I know a little. Maybe Siddiq may share later on from the lecture. So I will move it like a bit quicker than before. So I use the case of Thailand to explain. We have various spectrum in the idea. Let me drink the water. Various spectrum of the political economy in ideas. So I don't today I don't talk about the Thai politics or something like that, but I see the political economy idea as the retrospect at the thought, okay, in theoretical level. So I use the case of Thailand to explain that we have many economics. Okay, so I will skip this. I will skip this. Okay. We have the context going on all along the way in political economy in Thailand. Okay, to give it short, economics, economic teaching is like everywhere, but just two schools that offer the subject and the course in political economy in Thailand, which is the my institution, Chulalongkorn University, and the Thammasat University, and political economists mainly work in these two institutions, but not limited to these two institutions also. What I did is I did the research. I read mostly, I can say like all of them, right? And I tried to classify, regrouping, okay, and analyze to see like, the spectrum of the idea of the political economy, to see their differences. And when I read only the work of the economists. We have something to discuss more like 30 years ago, the work of the Dr. Napaporn. Yeah, but she did it. She didn't score. And and the and I think the theme of analysis it changed a lot, in past 30 years in Thailand and in the world. So we got more diverse ideas. So I tend to look at the idea of the economist and one thinker, one writer. Their work maybe appear in various spectrum. Okay, this is the scope of my reading. And what I see the many approach in political economy, in Thai political economy ideas. The first one we call the historical approach. In economics, we have something called the explanatory unification or identification of similar, same thing. Two people talking different words. Oh, sorry. Two people give different words, but actually talking the same thing. It is like the again and again explanation of economics. You explain everything with demand supply. You explain everything with maximize utility. You explain everything with maximize profit and minimize cost. This is economics. No historical reference. Okay, so you just treat people rational equilibrium max you. Okay, but for the Thai political economists, we have what we call they approach the economic theory with the historical context. So this is the book. This book has the English version and really popular. If the people want to do something with the Thai economy and politics, Pasok, this one, very more cited, yeah, and very most popular. And yeah, and the Professor Pasok and Professor Popan is like in Thailand that give us a lot more history in theory. And we can see like the complexity in action, not just rational, have different rational and can explain, for example, how in Thailand, when we move industrialization, we have any struggle. And this book, this work explain the struggle, because the central bank, they don't want to devalue the money, the exchange rate, the currency. The military want to buy the weapon. Okay, businessmen don't want, they don't want to open the country, face more competition, for example. But the technocrat or the economists want to open the country. This is like a many rationality in the later during the 1980s something. It's just only one small sample in the book, but you can have like a many motivation, many struggle that you can see when you put the history into the theory. And we have the radical approach, which is very political economy and bring the concern issue from Marxism, right? From the race, ecology, gender, discrimination, the power, and very antagonized with the mainstream economics. And I can say that I think I am this one, but not very represented. Yeah, more in the light of the radical economics. And radical economics is the political economy. And yeah, I'm not going to the detail, but we have many spectrum from Professor Shatip, Professor Kanoksak, Professor Prisha. They do they do different kind of the radical approach in economics in Thailand. Shatip is very renowned and very old, a very renowned economist in Thailand, because he gave like the international debate of the political economy. He the founder of the school we call like the community culture. It looks like the culture school, right? But actually, his idea very anarchism, you know, no state management, and very Marxism, because he explained the autonomy of village and the capability of village from the point of view that village can resist the force of globalization, the rampant power of the state have the contain some quality that can have its own progress. So that's why he call like the community culture school. Yeah. So I mentioned this one, but we have many more. Yeah. And if you want to begin, I say that the book of Pasok, the book of Shatip and Suti, if you want to understand the context of the Thai political economy, I think the one is very recommended. Okay. We have institutional approach, and this one is political economics. Okay, not economy. And it's very interesting for political economics. It's not in July, it's in Thammasat mostly. But political economy is in July. So yeah, this is some kind of the institutional different. Yeah, in Thailand also. Yeah, we have many renowned professors talking about the political economics. Use the framework of the public choice, use the framework of the constitutional economics. Yeah, still going on. Yeah. And in Stone approach, we have some kind of the analysis of the rent seeking, the developments also. So we have many thinker, many ideas. Also, in what we call the institutional approach, still have different insight. And the last thing, okay, I'm so happy that I can talk like this. The last thing, the Buddhist economic approach is very unique, right? It's very unique because if for example, Indonesian is mostly like the Muslim country, right? In Thailand, we got the Buddhist, we the Buddhist country, and we have what we call the Buddhist economics. But the Buddhist economic begin at the temple first, and then expand outside the temple. What expand outside the temple is more interesting. Why? Professor Pisha is the first one that talk about the we call the Dhammic or Dhamma economics by Professor Pisha. But we have what can I say? So we talk about the many branches in economics, right? In Buddhism, we have many branches also. We have like a Theravada, the mainstream Buddhism in Thailand. We have Mahanaya, which is non-mainstream. We have Asokaya, which is non-mainstream. Okay, for the Ajahn Pisha is like a Mahanaya. He applied the concept of Mahanaya Buddhism in economics. Yeah, I think the same because for the Islam you have many branch also, right? Yeah, Sunni, Shia, something like that. Yeah, from my understand, right? And the work of Professor Apishai theorizing the Buddhist economy, theorizing Buddhist perceive Buddhist principle with economics become more theorization. But in Buddhist economic, we have, I can say this is like political economics approach of Buddhist economics. But for the Kulini Achula and Ganoksak Achula, they interpret the Buddhist in different way, more radical, more political economy. So this is very interesting. We have Buddhist economic, but they interpret the Buddhist principle differently. One use the concept of the equilibrium, use the concept of the if you see like the circular flow of the economy, Professor Abhishai did something like that, but interpret Buddhist principle. But for these people, they interpret with more radical, with class, the concept of the Anthony Giddens, something like that. The utopia analysis, something like that. So yeah, for this one, the work of the professor, Professor Apishai, we have English version, and the work of Ganoksak, and Kulini. Apishai is at Thammasat University, Kulini and Ganoksak. Actually, it's my colleague Achula. So more radical and published in English. You can, if you're interested, can go to reading it, right? So yeah, this is like a many very different and very spectrum of the idea. I'm not going into the detail, but I just give you some example to see. So yeah, now we finally here ending number 3. Okay, I'm gladly actually sitting. Actually, it is like the public holiday in Thailand. But I know that we have different holidays. So I think, yeah, you got to do. So in my, it's okay. I think, yeah, we got to do today. Otherwise, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. But yeah, but still, I still want to reclaim my holiday. So yeah, conclusion. Conclusion. Now, I think you can talk more about the political economics versus political economy. And I think we in the same page that political economy is very heterodox, is radical. I give a talk like this because I think I want to encourage people to see, to acknowledge more economics than the mainstream one. And now you can realize that economics is very diversified and have the contradiction, the idea clashing all the time. They look at the same thing, but they don't give the same opinion. This is economics. So I want you to the acknowledge the heterodox character in economics, and maybe it is in your country. The Islam economy, I think, is the one way to talk about the political economy as well. But depends. I don't know. I don't know a lot about this, but it depends on interpretation. But I think many people tend to interpret in the lens of the mainstream economics. But you can interpret differently and more radical, right? It depends. Depends on you, right? But you know that political economy itself is a contesting idea. And the case of the Thai academic community explained that already. And when you have the different idea, and in each idea have the variations inside it. But this is the complication, but make the economics is interesting. And this is why I want to encourage you to acknowledge more about the philosophical character in economics. It's not about only the technical. We got the vision, we got the philosophical difference in economics. So what should we do? I don't know. But okay, we did something about the political economy idea, but we may not know about what they think politically. We can do something about this. Or, okay, if we talk about Thailand, we can make the Thai political economy ideas into the mark of the globally political economic thought, which is I'm doing with my colleague right now and got accepted in the Journal of the Radical Political Economics, using the idea of Professor Shatip and reinterpreted. Maybe it's one way to go, or cross-culture study. Political economy ideas Thailand, political economy idea in Indonesia, for example, with many interpretation of the Islamic economics. Yeah, there would be some project sitting that we can do together, the cross-country analysis of the economic thought also. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is like the future direction that we can do altogether. But if you can think something more, just let me know, right? Okay, this is, I think, the end of the lecture, and thank you for your attention. And yes, okay, and thank you for inviting me again. Yeah, and it's really great honor and pleasure to give a talk today. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Achan, Dr. Narashid, for that deeply and insightful presentation. And we will now move to the Q&A session. To all participants, you are welcome to type your questions in the chat box below, or you can raise your hand so I can notice you easily, and I will. You can ask Ajahn Rashid directly if you want. And for those who are joining us from YouTube Live, also you can also share your question in the comments. Our team will read them here if possible. And please remember to unmute, yeah, only when it's your turn to speak. Okay, let's begin with our first question. Is there any question in the chat box? Okay. Amina Chandra Kanti. All right, you can turn on your microphone and yeah, ask Dr. Narajit directly.
Okay, thanks for opportunity. So I have one questions. Why is political economy seen as a better at explaining real social and political issues than political economics, which focuses more on models and institutions? So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
All
Thank you
right, thank you.
for the question. And actually, I think she gave like some comment and very cute avatar, right? Like the AI moving around, something like that. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I said
In my opinion, it may be subjective, but I think political economy is like it is more broadly to view the world. And I think you understand it correctly. But yeah, begin with like when you study economics, since like year one, you study something like we call the trade-off, right? Yeah, trade-off. If you gain something, you lost something, right? Trade-off situation. But yeah, political economy is more broadly and very insightful to look at the phenomenon. But sometimes something, and I think the critique is true, they sacrifice the theoretical finance. But for the political economics or economics, it has like theoretical finance. The theory look very good. You look at math, you look at the stat, you look at the graph, everything is like so like a beauty. Yeah, and have like a very consistent logic, for example. Yeah, but you understand, right? So for me, yeah, you can. It depends on what you want to look. But I think if you look at the broader issue and something that involve more ethical issue or cultural issue, I think political economy, yeah, is your thing, not political economics. Yeah, but the political economics, they won Nobel Prize for Acemoglu, Douglas North, Illinois Ostrom, for example. Yeah. Mm. I don't know. This is certified to your question, yeah, but this is my opinion. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Does it answer your question, Miss Amina? Or do
Yeah,
you have
sure.
any follow-up question?
Yes, thank you.
All right, thank you. Is there any question from the floor? Uh, I will check the chat box below.
So you check the chatbot in the live stream, right? Not in the chatbot in Zoom,
Yeah,
right? Okay, okay.
all right. Yeah, I have a one question, Achan. You've been mentioning about heterodox, more heterodox, less heterodox, right? And the mainstream one. I just curious, what makes an approach of economics heterodox, or can heterodox be mainstream? Something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Heterodox. If they are very heterodox, they don't get along with mainstream. They don't get along because the heterodox will lie. If the case of Thailand and the case of the global political economic thought, radical school. And itself, if you post itself as radical, not get along with the mainstream. But if we look at the mind, the not very heterodox, for example, behavioral economics that you study with the Professor Phumsit in Thailand, yeah, you can get along in ideas with the mainstream because we still have some commonality to explain the world. Even though the assumption different, okay, but you use math, you use stat, you explain the thing with the family structure to the normal economics. So heterodox could be friend with mainstream with economics if they are mildly. But if they are when they are very heterodox, no, they don't. They may they personally they may be friends in real world, but in idea, in the world of idea, different. Okay, yeah, because I have many friends economics, different idea, right? But in the idea, not totally agree. Yeah, yeah. This is my opinion. This is my answer, right? Yeah.
Yes, Kak Achan. Any question from the floor? From Mr. Fabrian. Okay, I will read it. Achan. Thank you for the presentation, Dr. Nurrachid. That is great presentation. He said he has a problem on his mind. He is Fabrian, and he asked to what extent does political economy reveal the inherently political, ethical, and ideological nature of economics in contrast to the more descriptive and policy-oriented use of political economic frameworks. In light of this distinction, can modern economies truly remain politically neutral, or should it re-embrace the broader interdisciplinary spirit of political economy that recognize power relation? That is his question, Ramachan.
Good question.
Yeah,
Good question.
actually, he is one of the member here as well.
Oh, yeah, very good question. Very good question. I will answer this to the professor that there is no neutral. You in social science, we process things with the subjectivity, more or less, in my opinion. But I think the problem of the economics is it tends to pretend itself that it is like a very neutral, very in the middle, value free. But actually, economics itself is the political, have the politic, have the politics, have the political dimension inside it, because actually it is serving what we call like a neoliberalism nowadays, which is the political project. And neoclassical or the mainstream or normal economics today serve it very well to the idealization of the free system of the economy. So actually, I think the problem is the problem is about to maintain the neutral to maintain the neutral. I think the problem is us, the people who do the theory, the people who recommend. We got to unveil and expose more the subjective value and the political oriented in the idea, which just like open the face and then we can talk. We don't I think we cannot blind the face under the mask of the neutrality, in my opinion. So in social science, we drive with the subjectivity. It is normal, I think it's really normal. But we have to convey, we have to give the reasons, we have to give the thing to people that okay, the subjectivity or the belief that we have, it is making sense, and in what way, and not in what way. So I think this is what the economists should do more. Yeah, don't be so that yeah, we are very scientific. We are in the middle of everything. Yeah, so we have we don't have the political opinion, but actually you have the political opinion in many things. Just say it. Yeah, I think this is my question. Don't pretend to be like a very neutral. We don't have the neutrality in social science, in my opinion. Yeah. But thank you for the question. The good question. And I think this is actually can write a good paper of this also. This is a long discussion about this question. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Krapachan. Any question? More? Any question, comments?
Okay, so
All right, if we
done.
did not have any more question, I think, yeah, it concludes our Q&A session, Krap. All right, thank you very much, Dr. Rashid, for answering all the questions, and to everyone who actively participated as well, participating in the poll or yeah, asking the question. Yes. Before we close today's event, we will take a group photo together. Yeah. I would like to invite you to turn on your camera and facing the camera as well. And yeah, give the brightest smiles in the world. Okay, so we have 6 pages here. Okay, I will I will start with the first page. Everyone ready? Let's see. Okay, please turn on your camera, guys. Hello. All right. Can you start now? We'll start with the first page. Okay, I will count down from 100 to 1, I think. It's long, okay. I will count on from 3 to 1, okay. Give the brightest smile, everyone. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we move to the second page. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Okay. The third page. We can just take this screenshot, I think, because no one's opened the camera. Okay, all right. Fact, that's with that we've completed our documentation session. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Nur Rashid. Thank you very much, Krap Achan. It's great to meet you again, even though it is online session.
Pleasure, pleasure. And if you have a chance to come to Thailand, yeah, let me know.
Yes, sure, sure. And our sincere thanks also go to Dr. Tony as the head of the Department of Economics, Faculty of Economics and Business, State University of Surabaya. And for you, before we end, please make sure to fill in the attendance form in the link. Moderator sudah share link absennya? Wait a minute, wait a minute. I think I didn't see the link. Okay, I will share it. Oh, all right. Thank you, Amina. Right. Yeah. Yeah, just don't forget to fill in the attendance form. I think we're gonna stay here for a couple of more minutes to ensure everyone has time to check the link and complete the form. And as a little sneak peek, our next guest lecture will featuring Prof. John Claude from Japan, who will discuss export and import. And the session will be moderated by Mr. Fabrian. Yeah, it'll be conducted on tomorrow, I think. Yeah. So don't forget to mark your calendars, guys, and join us again for another enriching discussion. With that, I officially close today's guest lecture. Thank you very much, Kapun Kap Achan. And thank you once again for all of you for your attention and participation. Okay, stay curious, stay inspired. And yeah, see you in our next session. Have a great day. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye, Krap Achan.